A little tip before I put them in flour, egg with the half and half, and the seasoned breadcrumbs, half and half panko. Because the panko are like, for me, too heavy for this. I want to zoom in on the scallops, and you should be able to see that they're wet, they're moist. Now, whenever you see that, and you ask the fish guy, are these fresh? He'll say yes. But if they're at all wet, you know they've been frozen. And these come from Costco, and that's why the price is so good, because they were frozen. I've been in the hotel restaurant business and catering for like 50 years. And I remember having, especially when I was in the Waldorf Astoria Hotel back in the 60s, beautiful sea scallops that were larger than these and white and not a drop of moisture on them. So that's how it is. I never put the seasoning in the flour. It's a waste. You lose too much. So just thoroughly season everything prior. And since I measure everything, let's measure the salt, which is going to be a little over a half. No, that's a half a teaspoon. That's good. And then you can use herbs, garlic powder, blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. This time I'm just going to use one item, and that is, everybody knows this, Old Bay seasoning. It's a mixture of herbs and spices. A teaspoon of that, that's good. Half a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of that. You know, I hate using my fingers because they get all full of whatever I'm doing, but what the heck. So, just make sure you work this well, because that's it. So, you know how to bread. Now we put this into the flour. And since I patted everything, the scallops, they are kind of dry, which is good. I'm putting them in flour. You can also put them in cornstarch if you wanted to. And then shake them off, drop them in the egg mixture with the half and half, or heavy cream, or light cream. Now my fingers don't go in there, that's for sure. So we gently mix this up. Breadcrumbs are here ready. Just mix it. Now this is 6. It's really a portion and a half. But we are so cheap in this household that when we buy the scallops, we only give ourselves 3 each. But really, it should be 4. So now, just put 2 in at a time so you get a nice, bring the breadcrumbs from the outside in, and then you don't get them all over your hands, like so. Do that, and then we'll see about frying them later. You can see the temperature set at 350. Now we're going to gently put all 6 pieces in there at once, or 3 and 3. Yeah, let me see how these go in first. No, we'll put them all in at once. 350. The temperature might drop a little. If it does, I'll just raise it. Now you can see by the timing on the video how long it's taking me to cook these scallops. And then I'll set up the plate. Now the oil you can use again if you wish. It'll have a little seafood flavor in it. But you don't have to throw it out. It's maintaining the 350, that's good. Someday I'll buy an electric deep fryer, but I don't really fry too much, so what's the sense in wasting money and space? I'll get my plates now. Now, remember what I said, this is for, actually you need 4 for a portion, but like I said, in this house, we're cheap, so we're only giving ourselves 3 each. Beautiful color, and now we're done. Now if your temperature is right, the item that you're frying won't be greasy looking. And of course, look at that, dry, nice and dry because you got the correct temperature. So now, I'm going to set up the plate. We're having some rice. So we're going to use a scoop for presentation on the rice. That takes care of that. And then we're going to have broccoli. Just pouring off the water. I should have steamed the broccoli instead of boiling it. Better for you. And we'll put just 2 of these. I will have the bulk of that. Remember what I said, 4 of these is, I mean you could get away with 3, but I would prefer seeing 4. And then a few of these freeze-dried peas. They're unseasoned, a little decoration. And we're going to have tartar sauce on the table. And that's it. I hope you enjoy.